Hi there, Capricorn. I'm EllaAradia, and welcome to your February 2026 Psychic Tarot reading. This reading is for my Capricorn Earth signs, where we'll be exploring the overall energies and themes for the month ahead, as well as taking a deeper dive into how these might be playing out for you in your life. This is a general reading, so it's going to resonate a little bit differently for all of you. But what I find is there's always a shared theme that runs through the collective of all of you Capricorn signs. So take what feels aligned to you and just leave the rest. And before we jump in, a big thank you to all of you who are supporting my channel by liking and subscribing. So if you enjoyed this reading and you haven't already done that, please do. It helps the channel out a lot. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and then you can get notified when the next videos are up. So Capricorn, let's jump in. So I always like to tune into the energies first, Capricorn, before I start pulling cards. I feel like there's something or someone that many of you have been waiting on, particularly a person. You know, this does feel like it may relate to the love and relationships area of your life. Waiting for someone to step forward, to step up. Someone that, or something that you see a huge potential in, and someone that you have, you know, really given your heart to. And I feel like something's holding them back. And it feels to me, you know, it's either some kind of obligation, because I get shown the image of my hands are tied. You know, there's some reason why this person feels that they can't come forward, they can't fully embrace, you know, what you're offering. It may be someone who is more focused on work or life goals. It may be someone that has a family. It doesn't mean they're still with the, you know, with the partner, but there may be kids involved. And, you know, there's some reason I feel why they are feeling that their hands are tied, that they can't come forward to you. With your overall energies, we have the King of Wands. Very charismatic energy, fire energy, very much about, you know, going after what you want here, following your heart, you know, very magnetic energy. This may be the person that some of you are dealing with, you know, this may be your King of Wands, and of course, the gender can be either. Definitely a presence that, you know, everybody notices in a room. You know, very fiery, someone who, as they move forward, they tend to kind of inspire others as they go along. Might be someone who's quite social. What lies in your recent past is the Ten of Wands. And that's that heaviness that I'm feeling, that this energy of kind of waiting for this person to step forward, you know, waiting for things to go to a next level. So of course this can relate to, you know, the other areas of your life. Like this could relate to career, a promotion, a job opportunity of some sort, you know, a desire to perhaps climb the ladder. And it just feels like you've been hanging on for the longest time here. Ten of Wands often represents, you know, somebody that is, you know, carrying something, carrying burdens, carrying responsibilities. And, you know, this very much may be the person that you're dealing with here, Capricorn. Feeling obligated, heavy with responsibility, tiredness. But it might be that, you know, whatever this is coming to a close, because it's a 10, and 10s are usually around, you know, the completion of something. But definitely something that has gotten heavy to carry. Now, this could be you. This could be the person that you're dealing with. This may actually be your feeling about, you know, what's going on here. Your current energies, the Page of Pentacles. This is an energy of growth, expansion, being open to growing, to learning, to studying. And so this may be the message, for those of you that this is related to work, if you have been having a challenging time around work, you've perhaps been in a job which has been feeling, stagnant somehow, not fulfilling in some way, or perhaps there's a sense of not really feeling, valued and appreciated for what you have to give. This could be a sign from the universe that perhaps it's time to look at other things. So for some of you, this can be, studying something new, having a look at what else, interests you. Either way, it's a card of growth and being willing to kind of move out of your comfort zone, try something new, to grow, to evolve, with a view to, moving into a better place in yourself or in your life. And being willing to put that work in. And in terms of love, I do feel like this is someone that you absolutely are willing to put the work into, but there's something about this person that just doesn't feel available in some way to me. So with your feelings towards your situation, we have strength. A message to let you know that, you do have what it takes to get through this. You do have the strength to get through this. But it's also an invitation to perhaps look at your fears and insecurities. And there may be a fear to let go and to move on. A fear to lose whoever this is or whatever this is. And sometimes when we kind of keep ourselves stuck in the past, there can be a payoff to that. Staying in the past, it perhaps keeps you with a sense of being connected to this person still. There might be parts of your energy which are perhaps frozen in time, because at those points were perhaps when you felt connected to this person, and a little bit of a fear around perhaps letting go and moving forward, a fear of what might be lost. But you are being called, to really look at any fears or insecurities that might be blocking you from moving forwards. Because remaining stuck in the past isn't going to isn't going to be the game changer as to whether they step up or not. It's only going to keep you limited and held in the past. What lies in the challenge, this is exactly what I'm talking about, the Three of Swords, heartbreak, sadness, emotional pain, a fear of loss, a fear of separation here, Capricorn. And that's what's holding you in the past. But what you also have to think about here is, what is the cost of that to you? Because when I feel into the energies here, in terms of love, I feel like there's someone else for you, and someone who's ready to love you back the way that you will love them. In terms of career, there's something new for you. And, sometimes we stay at an old job, we have a sense of obligation to that place. But ultimately, you do have to look after yourself. Because sometimes, when we remain stuck like that, we don't grow, we don't evolve, we don't have new experiences, we don't learn new things. And that's your challenge, Capricorn, is letting go of whatever this situation is, a fear of becoming disconnected from that person, losing them completely. But the truth is, that's not necessarily what's going to happen. It's just a fear. It's just the fear of that. And what lies in your hidden influence, we have the Queen of Cups. So again, that could be male or female. And, you know, this may be this new love or opportunity that I see coming in for you, if you can find the courage to just trust, you know, what has happened in the past and to let go and move forwards. The Queen of Cups is all about looking after your emotions, emotional balance, and really nurturing your emotional needs in whatever this situation is here. Because I feel like the universe is really trying to set you on a different path here, Capricorn. It's a redirection is what I see. Because there is somebody else, or there is something better for you. Now, some of you, you might be saying goodbye to a place, and there may be some kind of opportunity here which leads you, you know, to another location. And there may be a little bit of a struggle around letting go of where you currently are. There's lots of memories there. It's familiar, but you are being asked, you know, to step out of your comfort zone in this situation and to really find that courage to move forwards and trust that it is going to lead you to what you really do want. And it will lead you to whatever this Queen of Cups is. Your advice from the universe, the star. This is about keeping the faith, because the star, it is really a guide. You know, it's just letting you know that you are being guided. There is a higher purpose to all of this that's happening. And it's just about trusting that, you know, there will be some kind of new beginning, some kind of renewal, healing, renewal, keeping the faith and moving forwards much more in an energy which is you really embodying your truth and who you truly are, and moving forwards on a very different foot. Because I do feel that there has been a little bit of a struggle around perhaps seeing or facing the reality of your situation. I feel like there's been some truths that maybe you haven't really wanted to look at. You know, sometimes we get more attached to the dream, the potential, the what could be. And it's challenging, you know, when you feel a really deep connection to someone. But the reality is there's something about this that really doesn't feel at this time that it's moving to the next level. And the longer you keep yourself in the past, the more you hold yourself back from perhaps new experiences and new people, you know, even if the universe is kind of trying to bring that in for you. So it is about trusting what's unfolding. So the star for me is also about, you know, understanding the soul lessons and seeing the bigger picture of a situation, which I feel is a redirection for you, because you are meant to walk a different path. You are meant to connect with a new person. You are meant to study, or you're meant to have this new career opportunity that I'm seeing coming in for you. And what lies in your outcome is the Nine of Cups. So this is one step away, you know, from that 10 of Cups, which is the wishes fulfilled, wishes granted. And, you know, this is all about emotional fulfillment and getting to, you know, that kind of sweet spot where, you know, for those of you that are single, where, of course, you know, you can still want to connect at some point, you know, with a life partner, but you're much more in this energy of, you know, trusting the timing on that. And first and foremost, pouring into yourself, investing in yourself, being the best partner to yourself that you can be. And when you can do all of that for yourself, you know, it will lead you to that Queen of Cups or the Ten of Cups, which, you know, is lying obviously beyond, you know, this Nine of Cups here. But there's a little bit more work to do. There's a little bit more looking after yourself and giving to yourself that love that you have been investing in, you know, the potential with this person or that job or that place. It's about looking after yourself moving forwards. And with the Four of Pentacles, this is about letting go of outcomes, letting go of control. You know, in the image here, you know, the figure is clinging to these coins. There's a fear to lose, you know, what you have. And the message here really is, of course, you know, looking after, you know, what you do have, but at the same time, you know, not holding on so tightly that it blocks you from, you know, something new coming in. So it might be a moment to kind of let go and trust, take a little bit of a leap of faith, and just trust that it is steering you in the right direction. So Capricorn, I'm going to leave that there. If this reading resonated, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, no matter what comes through in a reading, moving forwards, always trust what feels right for you. So thanks so much for being here, and I wish you a great month ahead.